are set to go. 10 rounds in the 140-pound division. Kurt Scoby taking on Haskell Rhodes. Of note here tonight, we mentioned the new trainer for Kurt Scoby, that being Hector Bermudez, where Scoby now lives with Bermudez in the firehouse. However, Bermudez not in his corner here tonight. His understudy and former fighter himself, Mark DeLuca, is in his corner here tonight. So we'll see if that will have any effect on Scoby here tonight as they trade jabs to open up round one.
Well, I haven't said anything about the fashion yet today, but I like Scoob's boots. They almost look like black Air Force Ones, a version of those, if I'm not mistaken.
Definitely modeled after that. I like to see the defense that Scooby's going to show us tonight. He just slipped the jab because he got caught earlier.
Little feint there.
Rhodes for a couple right hands on the inside.
Yeah, Rhodes is no slouch. You know, he's been in there with guys like Schofield and Lipinets, you know, lost to those guys, but he seems to be a very, very smart fighter. He understands the game. In the fighters meeting, he explained what he thought was all of the shortcomings of Kurt Scoby.
I mean, you're talking about a guy with almost 40 fights, 39 fights. I mean, there's a certain level of experience, and a lot of those wins, most of them, it's not a walk in the park as he lands a right hand on the side of Scooby's head.
A sneaky jab there from Scoby at the same time. Scoby fires his own right hand and backs the Hackman up. Caught glove, but you can just see the weight of the punches of Scoby, the physical strength. Starting to move Rhodes around a little bit. Nice heavy jab as well.
You know, Rhodes told us that he felt that Kurt was green at times, and he still sees that in the ring in certain decisions that he makes, like little nuances that he's noticed.
And maybe he's noticing a couple of new nuances now.
Especially inside the ring.
Right, like catching some of those shots instead of getting hit with shots he might have gotten hit with before, just thinking about offense.
And Kurt looks like the stronger man immediately. It's visible as this fight starts. Even not landing shots, but moving Rhodes around.
Nice right hand there from Scoby, getting there first. Now brings a chopping right hand down as well.
Ooh, I wouldn't be surprised if Rhodes get dropped with a jab, because this jab is looking really, really strong from Scoby.
And that one, that's what led to that clean 1-2 landing. That was perfectly placed, and it started from landing the jab and getting your distance, which is something that he's obviously added to his repertoire as of late.
Rhodes says that Scoby tends to think a lot in there. He doesn't look that way tonight. He does look like he's doing what Rhodes says he doesn't do, and that's flow.
And let me add that this is a thinking man's sport.
See Rhodes looking for that counter right hand a moment ago. And that'll do it for the opening round as we head back to the corners, and as mentioned, Mark DeLuca. Round two underway. Good start for Kurt Scoby here against the 37-year-old veteran Haskell Rhodes. You know, building on the point that we were making in the opening round, Scoby kind of echoed some of the criticism that was levied towards him in the early stages of his career. He said, hey, listen, I was just an athlete before. Now I am a boxer.
Right. And,
well said.
Credit to him to, taking this veteran on. I mean, he pretty much told us that he begged to be on this card. He wanted to stay busy and stay active, even though there are other fights down the line. He said, no, I want to fight on this Philly card, and here we are.
He's definitely showing me some new looks. You know, I like that he's catching shots now, and I think maybe Mark DeLuca told him exactly what I was saying earlier, is go to the body, because he came out through 3 jabs to the body.
And he just landed
the 4th one.
And he just landed 2 jabs to the head and then 1 to the body. So, I mean, obviously the most important punch in boxing is just so underused at times. But Kurt is definitely using it today very well.
Rhodes talking to Scoby, as he has been since the early going.
But not doing too much talking with his fists. I mean, he's throwing punches, but not landing much.
Well, this is what we often see in fights, where Rhodes maybe isn't at his best. What he's able to do no matter what is be a little bit of a disruptor. He's not going to let you do exactly what you want to do in each and every round. And even already, I'm sure he's showing Scoby things that maybe he hasn't thought about before.
Right. Which will make Scoby a better fighter should he get past this test.
Well, when Rhodes throw the jab, I like it because it can land, and it has landed. And I also like his lateral movements right now because it's causing Scoby to reset. See, there's the jab.
Great jab, landed up.
Good right hand as well. That heavy left hook, again, caught by Rhodes, but you just see the weight of these shots kind of visibly moving the feet of Rhodes when they do land, or not land, when they hit something.
Because Rhodes he's blocking it partially, and he's rolling with it, and that's why I say Scoby, go to the body.
And, you know, speaking of blocking, Scooby's also catching Rhodes' looping right hand. He caught it several times, so he's bringing that guard up right away. Great work in the gym that they're putting in up there.
Interesting decision here for Rhodes. He's starting to work a little bit on the inside.
Yeah. Good combo landed by Scoby there, looping right and hook.
I want to, Scoby got in there.
I like to mention what Barack mentioned earlier. I like to see Scoby go to the body more. He hasn't went to the body yet effectively. And maybe that'll slow Rhodes down.
Closing moments here of round two. Good action in that final minute.
I think that shot, the shot that's open is the left hook right up the body, right up the middle.
Round three begins. Interesting shift in strategy from Haskell Rhodes there in the second round. Starting to work on the inside a little bit, and that's where a guy like Rhodes could show some of those veteran intricacies, those little tricks on the inside. Even though Scoby is the bigger, more physical fighter, Rhodes has a pretty extensive background in grappling and wrestling as well. He can hold his own on the inside and had a little success there last round.
Right. I agree with you to some degree, Corey, because even when they're in the clinch and they're working on the inside, Scoby's, to me, is doing more of the damage because Rhodes' body is not stable. He moves. As soon as Scoby lands a couple of shots on the inside, he's ready to get out of the kitchen.
He's smiling now, talking to Scoby. I think he's doing a psychological game, which is part of the fight game, because as he mentioned to us in the fighting meetings, he's looking at Scoby as a guy who's questioning it himself. After the loss to Dakota Linger, one fight after that, going down to 135, he's saying that, okay, I'm scared of these guys at 140. That's what he think is going through Scoby's head.
He mentioned that, but Scoby's body language is not saying that.
No, of course.
Good jab.
That's the jab I was talking about earlier from Scoby.
Scoby's definitely the twitchier, sharper fighter here tonight, and he's landing a lot more jabs than people realize here. I'm watching it very closely.
Scoby winding up with that pull counter right hand.
And it missed, but he should have followed that up with a left hook because the head was there.
And you know, Rhodes was out of place there, so he could have even lunged in with that left hook.
Yep.
It's a shame we don't have the fighters mic'd up because I feel like following this dialogue would be pretty entertaining. It is ongoing.
What he's saying is, Rhodes is saying, I'm right here. He's trying to say that you're not really hitting me flush. I'm right here. And you still can't hit me.
Yeah,
but he's getting touched.
Absolutely. And this sport right here is judged by rounds, so even if you're there, you're losing the rounds, buddy.
But that's the thing. He's just playing that psychological game, trying to throw the fighter that he feels is green off a little bit, trying to take his confidence away from him.
And a fighter who thinks maybe lacking confidence or is struggling to get it back.
It's not working today, so far.
But see, I'm going to tell you how you know that he's taking Scoby seriously because he's going for every fight.
He's hurt.
Still smiling, still smoking jump to Scoby, but was very hurt by that right now.
Referee's watching closely, saved by the bell. Perfectly timed.
So back to action here. Haskell Rhodes, not an easy man to drop, and certainly not an easy man to stop. But Kurt Scoby looking dangerous here already. And he is hunting Rhodes down here at the beginning of round 4.
Now he's going to the body, Barack, and Rhodes is talking a little less at the beginning of this round.
Yeah, just
a lot less.
Just still got to be careful in there. You don't want to take an unnecessary shot yourself.
Obviously, the respect has been gained since that last round.
Yeah, I think Rhodes is just, he was just taunting him because he wants to take away his confidence, because he knew, like I said before, he's going for all of these feints because he's feeling the power of Scoby.
You see, even in these moments, guys, the development of Scoby. You know, in the past, obviously, we've seen him hurt fighters before. And Kurt Scoby, in the previous era, going after guys could look a little bit out of control. It was brute force. Right now, there's a lot of thought being put into what he's doing in pursuit of Haskell Rhodes.
Right, he's being defensively minded as well as unleashing the offense.
Great body attack. And you know, Barack, you know, you said it earlier, you know, oftentimes fighters will say, yeah, I'm getting better, I'm working on things. Like, you can literally see it every single fight with Kurt Scoby.
He's not ashamed to tell you what he needed to work on, you know, and what's going to be different. If a fighter was already confident about their offense, and then all of a sudden you make them a defensive fighter as well, their confidence goes through the roof.
Absolutely. Another stiff jab landed by Kurt.
Nice counter right hand and a left hook right behind it. And that's a shot that you were looking for too, Barack. Just coming behind the right hand, wiping the table, so to speak, with the left hook.
Yes.
Right in that exchange, Rhodes landed a couple of body shots, but didn't face Kurt Scoby at all.
Oh, good. Did you see that?
Great slip hook to the body.
And then he went to the body with the left hook and just got another one. That's
Boxing
new Kurt
101.
Scoby. Not just letting your hands go.
Sometimes you need to get good at simple things and they'll take you so far. You know, in this era of the new flashy, you know, young pack of fighters.
Closing in on the final 10 seconds of this round.
I think Scoby just needs to stick to the game plan now. Don't get too laxed because you show that you can hurt Rhodes, because Rhodes is a veteran.
Yeah, make sure
a good counter right hand to the body there. Right before the bell did Rhodes as we head back. So round 5 underway. Kurt Scoby and Haskell Rhodes. Scoby's had Rhodes on the canvas already, which again is a relatively rare occurrence. Haskell Rhodes, an incredibly durable veteran, kind of a bit of a gym legend in Nevada. If you think of anyone between about 130 and 154 that has ever been in the state of Nevada, Haskell Rhodes has probably sparred with him. Most notably, many, many rounds with Floyd Mayweather, as he once trained with Floyd Sr.
And as of late, he sparred Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney, Liam Barrow. He gets that work in with the best of them.
Scoby corner right now yelling, you see everything, you see what's coming.
It's because he's also a defensive fighter now. It's pretty great. And Rhodes is trying to, you know, get him into a firefight, probably hoping that he can land something, because he's trying to be a little bit more aggressive here.
If Kurt, you know, can get to the point where he would score a stoppage against Rhodes, it'd be big. He's only been stopped once in 6 years ago.
Yes.
Inside there from Rhodes.
Might have been caught by the glove, I'm not sure. Walked in with a nice jab.
Drive-by jab there from Kurt Scoby.
Good move on the side. And, you know, when we're talking about Kurt's technical ability, condition is phenomenal as well. I haven't seen him take a deep breath yet in this fight.
And I think Rhodes was banking on that. Rhodes was thinking on, just getting a little bit more tired, especially by this 5th round. And I think maybe that's what Kurt is doing. He's preserving his energy. Just jabbing, not, picking his shots.
Yeah, not wasting.
A little bit smarter.
Being economical with it.
Because as he already showed that it only takes one shot.
Well, no doubt that was a part of Haskell Rhodes' game plan here tonight, that if he could just slow things down and get Scoby into the second half of the fight, then perhaps there'd be some opportunities that open up. But Scoby has looked as relaxed as Rhodes hoped he would be in this fight. As Scoby jumps in with a left hook, partially blocked. We will head back to the corners.
Scoby walked back to the corner.
Right before
Mentioned Hector Bermudez, and DeLuca with his own fighting background, with a military background. Just watching him here in the corner, he seems to have the right temperament of a communicator, of a leader. I'm liking the energy in Scoby's corner at the moment.
Seems like they're connected, and he can stay calm because they're connected. And he's a smart guy. He knows what to say. I think he's giving them the right advice.
Blood starting to cover the trunks of Haskell Rhodes. I believe some blood coming from his nose that was treated in the corner.
Look, we're in round 6, guys, and I'll tell you the most important punch of this fight so far is control that has been Scoob's jab. Everything has come from that. And if you see Rhodes' left eye is already swollen shut, almost shut.
What I like about this is that Scoby is showing that he can control the pace of the round without just being overly offensive like he normally would be.
Like you said, picking his shots.
And listen, I think we could go so far as to speculate this is a broken nose. When you look at the swelling underneath both of Rhodes' eyes, the blood that's coming out of the nose right now, that is probably a busted nose.
Yeah, and that's probably from the solid power jabs that are being landed throughout this entire fight.
Right, and even the smile of Rhodes looks a little bit different. It just has a little bit discouragement written on top.
Different type of smile.
Nice right hand
nice
there from
too.
Scoby, and that one backs Rhodes up. He felt that one for sure.
And it was a nice pullback one too. Step back, created some space, and landed it.
One thing Rhodes knows how to do is he knows how to fight. He knows how to stay on his feet. And he feels like he has these veteran tricks that Scoby's never seen before.
Well, none of them are working so far. So credit to Scoby for dealing with this test. Yeah.
Good left hook there from Scoby, and that's a pattern that he's picked up on. Rhodes kind of slipping to his right to try and turn the corner, trying to hold on, and he's meeting him with that left hook, throwing it downwards as he throws that right hand downwards, a chopping shot that sprays blood across the ring.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Rhodes is in serious trouble now. The legs are wobbly. The blood is flowing. And Scoby is bloodthirsty as he hammers away at the Hackman.
I think his corner needs to, grab that right time.
I agree.
I see it on his face. He's had enough. A tough kid. He's not gonna stop.
Absolutely.
Somebody needs to save him.
And I think the ref is looking close.
Kurt Scoby hunting for the knockout here tonight. What a result this would be for Kurt Scoby, the Hackman, in serious trouble. Absorbing some more body punishment. And his corner is going to have some serious decisions to make right now.
I'm not sure if he gets out the corner and gets off the stool, Corey. The doctor has to be coming up there to look at him.
Well, if that's the case, I highly doubt it will be the decision of Rhodes himself.
Oh, no way. No way.
I tell you what, Kurt Scoby's head trainer, Bermuda. As I said.
And that is it. This one will be waved off. The correct decision in the corner of Haskell Rhodes, a proud veteran that needed to be saved from himself.